right. Well, welcome back. My name is Marissa Moreno. I'm the Director of Advising and Counseling. With us is Mr. Scott Bennett, and introduce yourself, Scott.
Hi, everybody. My name is Scott Bennett. I'm the Executive Director of Enrollment Services and the Registrar.
And
Hi, everyone. This is Felipe Leal. I'm the Director of Financial Aid here at Lee College.
And welcome back and tuning in with us. We're here again to answer any questions that you may have as it pertains to enrolling with us. I know there's a lot of uncertainty going on with the pandemic, but we definitely want to do our due diligence to provide any answers that we may to make you feel comfortable or more comfortable in enrolling and getting started or completing the summer classes that you're in. So with further ado, please, by all means, if you have any questions, you can put the comments in the chat. Otherwise, we'll start asking, we'll start asking and answering some canned questions that we already have. But I think that Mr. Felipe Leal has some information that he would like to discuss from financial aid. Felipe?
It helps if the right buttons are clicked. Okay, so I just wanted to convey some very important information about financial aid. If you remember, when you filled out your FAFSA, you used your income from 2 years ago. So now what you can do, if you're affected by you or your parents or family members that provide income to the household, if they've been affected by the pandemic in either a loss of job or reduction of income, you can actually fill out an income reduction form off our website, lee.edu/financial aid, and there's a form section on the left. If you can click on that and fill out that income reduction form, along with any documentation that you have as far as a letter, unemployment documentation that you may have, that's something that we could verify that with, we can actually make a correction to your student aid report via our system, and that will allow for hopefully a reduction of the EFC, which is a qualifying number, to allow you to get some aid for the fall. So if you have any questions, my email is on the bottom of my name there, and please let me know, because it's important to us to make sure that you do qualify and get the aid that you're actually eligible for.
I am in hopes that I know we have a little bit of in and out going on with some of our internet, as everybody has been probably dealing with internet services going in and out because of the high volumes of people needing to function in their everyday lives via the internet. So my apologies. If there's anything that you did not hear or you would like additional information on, please feel free to email Felipe at fleal, Leal, at lee.edu, and it's also on the screen. That there's been a lot of questions specifically about face-to-face classes, hybrid. What is Lee Streams? What does that mean? So I'm going to defer that question to Scott, who can better answer that, and in hopes that it gives you a better indication of what we're looking at for the fall.
Sure. So this fall semester, we are offering some hybrid courses. And what hybrid courses are is they're a mixture of online and hands-on learning. So that way we are able to split the instruction a little bit. So that way we can ensure that our classes are offering appropriate social distancing to keep you safe. As I mentioned, we also hadn't mentioned, but we offer online classes as well. And so those are offered in two formats. One of those is synchronous instruction, and the other is asynchronous instruction. Fancy words to say one online class, you're going to meet at a specific date and time, and then the other, it's not specific to a particular time. Now, that doesn't mean you don't have due dates for assignments and those kind of things, but it's the way the lecture is taught. So if you're looking at a class schedule and you see a course that's offered as a Lee Stream, that means that that course is a synchronous instruction course, meaning that the course instruction will be at a specific date and time, and that information should be conveyed in the class notes for a particular course. I do want to let everybody know that we are continuously monitoring our course offering schedule, and we're trying to make sure that if we can offer more face-to-face or hybrid classes, that we do so, because We know that students learn in different modalities. Online might be right for some, for others, face-to-face might be the preferred method. And so we want to try to make sure we're providing as much of a mix as safe as possible to do.
Thanks, Scott. I appreciate that update because it gets very confusing in terms of when you say online, I'm thinking I'm supposed to be online at any time and really trying to understand the difference between synchronous and asynchronous and what does lead streams mean and hybrid and what if I don't learn in that well in that capacity. We understand, all of us have many years in higher education and understand that modality is essential when it comes to trying to figure out how you're going to complete your courses. We want each of you to be successful in those courses, and we're doing everything we can to ensure that you have all the supports that you need, even if it is all online. So thanks for explaining that. Felipe, did you want to go back and address a little bit about what you were talking about? Because I think that you may have broken up a little bit, and I'm not sure if you wanted to just give us an overcap or an overview.
Definitely. What I was mentioning before is an income reduction form. If you or your family members have been affected by the COVID, especially being laid off or loss of income, there is a way that we can help you. If you go to our website at lee.edu/financial aid, and there is a section on the left, and it's an income reduction form. Please fill that out and then upload that to us via your Campus Logic account. And then we will take that and make corrections to your student aid report that will pretty sure qualify you for some Pell Grant money and other aid that we can help you with. So please make sure you do that if you're affected by that. Include any documentation that you have from either an unemployment office or from the work that you were at, from the employment that you were at, that shows that you are no longer employed or your income was reduced, furloughed, whatever the case may be. Please attach that documentation with that form, and then we can assist you with that. And if you have any questions, my email is under my name here on the screen, and we can help you fill that out for you.
And if you look in the comments box, Dr. Kaufman has put in there a link to assist you with financial aid off of our Lee College website. So feel free to go on ahead and click on that to get more information into what Felipe was discussing. There was another question that has been posed through our chats, because we do have a live chat that is during our regular business hours for student affairs. We are open from 7:30 to 7:30 on Mondays and Tuesdays, 7:30 to 5:15 on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and 7:30 to 12:30 on Fridays. During that time, all of our office spaces have someone that is answering the chat so that we're able to go into be able to assist you in any ways that we can. But one of the questions that has come through our chat is when is it too late to apply for financial aid for the fall semester, or is it too late to apply for financial aid? What is that deadline? So Felipe, if you're...
No, there is no deadline to apply. Oh, actually, there is a deadline, but it's not till next June 30th. So you can apply for financial aid at any point for fall. However, keep in mind that we've already begun the awarding process, and so there will be some funding they may not be available. However, we can assist you in other ways. But by all means, please apply for financial aid, and we'll make sure we get you as much as we can that you're eligible for. Again, as I mentioned last week, we have an Educational Opportunity Center, our EOC office at eoc@lee.edu if you need help filling out the FAFSA. And then if for some reason you're selected for verification, they can assist you with completing your file as well. So let us know, and we're here to help.
One thing that I wanted to talk about a little bit today for anyone who's a currently enrolled student for the summer is about one of the grade scheme adjustments we're offering for the summer semester. And so what I mean by that is we know that instruction has been disrupted. Everybody's life has been disrupted in some capacity. And so we wanted to make sure that we had an opportunity for students to stick it out in their classes, even in the face of all this adversity. So what we've done is we've offered students the option to take an S for satisfactory, or NCR for no credit reported. And so essentially what this is a student who makes a letter grade in a particular course, we're giving you the opportunity to adjust that grade to either S or NCR. So let's say you're leading up to your finals and you're wanting to stick it out in a class, and you end up not making a grade that you expected. You have the option of choosing an S for satisfactory, which would be reported on your transcript. It wouldn't carry any GPA units or anything like that, and so it would demonstrate that you passed the course. If you had not passed the course and you did not want the F on your transcript, then you can convert that grade to an NCR for no credit reported. Again, we wanted students to have the opportunity to still learning, but not feel that high pressure stakes of, if you were typically an A student, you were going to make a B, or, you're a B student like me and you were going to make a D or something like that. We're just providing options for you to make sure that you can still stick with what matters most, and that's getting the most knowledge out of your classes. And so that's something that we're offering this summer, and that's going to continue and be available as an option to select until August 21st. And you can do that in your MyLC account. When you log in as a student, it's right at the top, and it's very easy and accessible to get to. So for any students that are taking classes, if you need that option or if you have any questions about it, you're welcome to send me an email and I'd be happy to answer those.
And Dr. Carl Husband has also put that link in the comment section, so that if you're interested in finding more information out, you can just click on that and it'll allow for you. It'll also show you, for those of you that are viewing this at a later time, the actual website that you can go to get more information on how to do that. Thanks, Scott, for doing that, and Carl for doing for actually adding that. Rosemary, Dr. Kaufman also put on our comment section about EOC and how to get in contact with them, referencing back to what Felipe was discussing in terms of financial aid. We do have a question from a student. She says, unfortunately, that doesn't apply to nursing students in terms of the NCR option. Scott, do you want to speak a little bit to that?
Yes, and that was guidance we received from Board of Nursing, and so that, unfortunately, that's not an option that we can provide for nursing students. If there were not that oversight entity over it, I know we would certainly want to, but that was from Board of Nursing, and so that's where we arrived with that for nursing students. Thank you for the clarification.
Sorry about that, Lizzie. I'm sorry we couldn't help you more. Unfortunately, governing bodies, we dictate our processes. There's a good question from Lacey Broussard, who is asking, will the S transfer to universities? Scott.
And so what we always say with that is it's best to check with your transfer institution about what program you're going, what school you're going to, what program you're going to, because they may have specific requirements. But what I can say is that yes, those courses will transfer. It always comes down to the specifics of the area. And so let me give you an example. If I were an engineering student and I made, let's say, a D in a calculus course, or rather a C in a calculus course, it's likely that that course will transfer to the senior institution, but there may be major and program requirements that require a letter grade or a specific letter grade. And so my guidance to you, Lacey, would be, let me know what institution you're looking at transferring, and we'll reach out to them and see if we can find out those answers directly that are specific to you as a student, so we can know for certain if that's the best course of action. I think that would be the best way to approach it, is to make sure we get the right answer for you.
That was a really good question. And just so you know, Lacey, that is a common question that we do get. And because each institution is different, we have to be very cautious. We have to give you a blanket answer, not because we don't want to give you the correct or like the exact answer. It's just because we don't know the parameters around that. So definitely email. You can email Scott or Carl at chusband@lee.edu, or Scott Bennett, and you see his name under his email under his name.
Well, and to that, what we've seen from colleagues at a lot of other community colleges and universities is everyone's aware that the spring semester and the summer semester is very different. And so while I can't say that, an institution I don't work for is going to be more accommodating or accepting, but as colleagues, that's something that we talk about frequently, that we understand that the situation is different. And so like Dr. Moreno said, that was kind of a blanket answer. But institutions are aware of what's going on and they're trying to do what's best for students. But again, we'll look at your specific situation if you reach out to me and we'll look into it.
Thanks, Scott, for the clarification. Another question that has been coming through our chat, or students are asking about testing. They're asking about how are they going to be required to test remotely. And so we are offering remote testing, but that is being done through our advisors. And so in order to get in touch with your advisor, you can go to our Lee College website, and every major or pathway has a specific advisor. Their contact information is on the actual website. And we also have a financial aid specialist that is also paired up with a specific advisor as well, so that you can reach out specific to your financial aid questions to that advisor. All of their information is listed on the website. And so once you get in touch with your advisor, they can process it for you. And then from there, you will be able to find out where you are in terms of your testing. We're not doing all of the tests right now because of accommodations, and it's difficult testing virtually, but we're doing our very best to ensure that we get as much testing as we can done to ensure that you are getting into the classes that you need so that you can have a full schedule in the fall. So we are working really hard on ensuring that all of that's taken care of. We had some other questions as it pertains. Oh, Scott, did you have a question? I saw you move.
Yeah, so just as a couple of housekeeping items, we're all working remotely right now for the most part. You can see one of my children's artwork, wrong side over here. But all joking aside, we do still have all of our core functions running on campus. So let's say if you were to request a major change, we are still getting those processed within 48 hours, sometimes as quick as a few minutes, sometimes a little bit longer, depending on the time of year. If you have a high school transcript that you need to send to the college, those can be sent electronically or via mail. We still are collecting those and getting those processed. And so even though we're not on campus, we're still fulfilling the same functions if we were on campus. And so, things are different, but we're doing our best to try to make sure that they're still functioning as if all of this wasn't happening.
Thanks, Scott, for clarifying that for us. For sure, it's been eventful to provide a student-facing service remotely, but I'll tell you that we've worked really hard to ensure that there has been uninterrupted services. All of our student affairs team has been grinding it out to ensure that students are getting the very best service they can. Dr. Kaufman also put on the chat about remote testing, additional information. So if you're interested in finding out more information about the remote testing, Dr. Kaufman has put that information in the chat. I do also want to say that we still have veteran services and we have Access Center disability services. So if you're interested in any of that, we have Tiffany Winchester, who is the Veteran Center coordinator. I'm sure Dr. Kaufman will put her information here shortly in the chat, that is serving all veterans that come through Lee College, and any students that is requesting any kind of accommodations can meet with Kaylee Villanueva, and she will be able to make an appointment and assist any student that is requesting any of those services. So we definitely are trying to do as best we can to ensure that we are accommodating all students. So I appreciate that. Your patience, thank you. So I don't see any other questions coming through, but another question that we had through the chat was about payment plan. How do I get help with my payment plan? Scott, Felipe, do either one of y'all want to address that one?
Sure. So on our website, we do have a link to steps for how to complete a payment plan, and we'll make sure that we share that in the chat here shortly. But as I said earlier, our business office is still available. They're still accepting emails and phone calls. And I know that if you were to reach out to them, and again, we'll provide that contact information, they'll be sure to walk you through that process. Again, it may seem different that we're answering phones from our home, but we're still being able to provide that same service. So we'll be sure to link that in the chat so you have that contact information.
I also wanted to reiterate a special thanks to patients that you have had as it pertains to trying to get in touch with your advisor or counselor. They have been inundated with student requests to meet with them, as well as trying to assist the students that are getting through summer classes. Summer's been a little trying because often it's been a roller coaster with the pandemic period. But on top of that, being able to provide supports in any way, shape, or form, we are here to assist students. And so we definitely want to make time to enroll each student and assist with the enrollment process. But we also are having an influx of students that we're trying to assist that are currently registered for classes or currently enrolled in classes that may be struggling. So just keep in mind that we are doing everything via Blackboard Collaborate. So whenever we do, you can do a book me appointment through the contact information that you see on their on the website, and you can make an appointment with them where they'll be able to give you detailed information in terms of your next steps. So again, emails are usually at a 48 to 72 hour turnaround, and I really do appreciate it. If you have not heard from your advisor, please forward me the email at moreno@lee.edu so that I can find out what's going on, because I know that some of our Outlook emails have been kind of wonky, and I'm not sure what kind of technical difficulties we're having, but we have found some actual classes that are actual emails that have been stuck between emails. And so just to give you the heads up on that as well. Anything else?
Yeah, I need to kind of piggyback on what Scott said a little bit earlier about the continuation of services, especially in our area with financial aid and documentation. Those students that have been on campus before used to going into the student success and counseling center to get assistance with uploading documents. However, now that's impossible, and a lot of folks don't have scanners at home. So what you can do now is actually take a picture of the document that you need to upload and just email it to us at finaid@lee.edu. And just make sure you redact and block out any sensitive information that you might have, like social security numbers and that sort, because it is coming through email. But we can actually take those documents and upload those for you. So if that's a problem, or if you need assistance, just let me know.
And I also wanted to emphasize another question that's come through through our chats. There are some students that don't have a device, or their device fails them in the middle of class or even before considering taking courses. We do have loaner laptops. You can go through the Lee Cares form, which is on our website, and that would allow for you to request a loaner laptop, and we would be able to issue that out for you, to you for the semester that you're wanting to take classes. So we do have laptops to assist you with any kind of remote or online class, hybrid class, any of the classes that you need, because most of them will require some kind of Blackboard presence. So we definitely want to make sure that we remove any kind of barriers that may cause you to not feel like you can take those online classes. So again, it's the Lee Cares form. Hopefully either Sarah or Rosemary or Carl will put that on there. There it goes. They have it on there on the comment section so that you're able to link into it. They also, in the Lee Cares form, will ask you if you have any kind of financial strains that you may need help with. So so please look at that form. If you're in a situation where you need some assistance, please consider filling out that form. And that's for current and future students.
One thing that I'd like to talk about as well is an opportunity we have for former students. And so under our Lee Cares umbrella, we are offering an opportunity for students for debt forgiveness. During this pandemic, with just the upheaval of unemployment and industries having massive adjustments. We know that education, whether academic or technical, can be a pathway to a new career. And so one thing that we're offering is a debt forgiveness program. So if you were enrolled prior to fall of 2019 and you owe less than $1,000, there is an option for you to come back to school and continue your education and have that debt forgiven. You can see the link here on the page that's on the screen. And so I'd encourage you to take a look at that information. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email me. There is a two-step process, an initial.
Okay, I think we lost Scott. Is that correct?
That's correct. We've lost Scott.
Okay. Well, I also wanted to remind you, our VP of Student Affairs is watching, and she wanted to make sure that I let you know that on the rotator, there are certain hotspots that we have if you come onto our campus, and there's a map there to show you where you can work out of your car, and utilize the hotspots on our campus in terms of being able to have access. So if you get on our Lee College website, you'll be able to see where some of those hotspots are in terms of having access to internet for your classes if you don't have that. Scott, you back?
Yes, speaking of access to internet, it looks like I lost mine for a little bit. I'm not exactly sure where I cut out, so I'll just kind of do the whole thing, but try to do it faster again. So debt forgiveness, if you owe a balance of less than $1,000 prior to fall 2019, we have an opportunity for you to come back to school. Under our Lee Cares umbrella, we're doing a debt forgiveness program. And so we'll make sure to share that information in the chat. But please send me an email and we can talk about getting you back into school.
Don't feel bad, Scott, because I got headphones on and I was trying to listen to what Dr. Moreno was saying and I was leaning in. So yeah, this is weird.
Sorry about that. Rosemary apparently says you hit your 40 hours already, and that's why it cut out. All right. Are there any other questions? Oh, we do have a question. We have Angel who would love to come back to school. Angel, please, by all means, email any of us. We would love to get you back into school. And we can help you through that whole entire process to make sure you get everything that you need. We have another student that's asking, Loren, about how long does a delinquent account stay for payment? I'm not sure what that means. If you want to email any of us so we can better answer your specific question, you can go ahead and do that for sure, because I want to make sure I answer your information. We also have another question about how often do you answer emails, Mr. Liao?
Usually 10 per minute, given the volume I've given. So I apologize if I haven't gotten to yours yet, but I will. But if I haven't, please email me again, and I will make sure that I respond to it.
Do we have any other questions?
Oh, no. And I was just going to say, if you've gone 2 business days without a response from us, please always send us a follow-up email. I hate to ask for you to send a follow-up email because sometimes I know, depending on situations, it may take a little bit longer to research your account and the particular situation. But please don't be shy about sending us a follow-up email. We want to make sure that we're answering you. And if we're not quick enough, tell us, and we'll make sure to double down and get done faster.
Thanks again for your patience. All right, so we're coming up on 6:30. I know we talked about definitely being here just for about 30 minutes to answer questions. If you feel like there's some questions that come up, always come to our chat, which you can find on our lee.edu page. It goes to all of our different student affairs office spaces, as well as email any of us. And if not, then I guess we'll see y'all next Tuesday, same time, same back channel, so that we can answer any questions that you may have that may come up over the week. So thank you for your attendance. We appreciate you.